I want to welcome you to another training video with Solar Energy Plus. Today we're going to be discussing business ethics. If you've been around for any period of time with us as a company, this is something that we discuss on a regular basis on our sales meetings. This is a non-negotiable. I feel strongly about this. It's not just we are a sales organization, but how we move forward and how we interact with our clients and how we make our sales is a vital important. Um, I hope everybody is convinced about this subject even from the very beginning. We do things right. You've heard me say this before. There's no such thing as gray area. There is right and wrong, and we operate on the right side of things. We take care of the client, and we do things with integrity and right ethics. So, why does it matter? When somebody is conducting themselves in a manner that is both positive and negative, it not only affects the individual personally, which that by itself should be enough reason as to why you want to do things right. It also affects the company and it also affects the industry. As you know, there's a lot of negative news in regards to the industry, and that is because a lot of people, it might be a small portion, but a significant portion, that they do things in manners that would not be right. So here at Solar Ninja Plus, we want to raise the bar. There's benefits. It adds to longevity of your profession, your reputation. Right now, in the way the social media and reviews work, it will follow you. Good reputation and bad reputation, good testimonials, bad testimonials. Also, it can be a good source of referrals when you take care of your clients. So that is one of the motivating reasons. And we have set up a number of things in Solar Energy Plus that's meant to help in this area. There are some controlled measures. As you know, pretty much every single transaction will have a welcome call. The purpose of the welcome call is not to scare the client, but to make sure that the client is informed as to what they're getting, the details, the finance terms, and a lot of our finance partners, Sonova, SunPower, Better Earth, it's part of their process already. But even on the transactions that are going to be a cash buyer, we're still going to make sure to do a welcome call. We want to make sure that all the terms, all the prices, all the expectations are conveyed to the client and that there's a right expectation. The other controlled measure that we have is we do have a maximum commission. Um, as everybody knows, a maximum that you can charge is $1.25 per kilowatt. Now, having said that, while there is some flexibility on that, we are asking everybody to have a set way of how they charge their clients. Eh, uh, the feds have already determined that discretionary pricing is discriminatory pricing. So if you sell a lease at I'm sorry, at 80 cents, then make sure that you do that clear across the board. It can be appear discriminatory if you're selling a lease to somebody at $1 and then you're selling it to 40 cents to somebody else or 60 cents, whatever it is, and there might be a reason for it, but pretty much the reasons to deviate, there's got to be a reason as to why you're selling a system different from what your normal price structure is. So, for example, if you're in a certain market such as Modesto Irrigation District and the cost per kilowatt is a lot cheaper than PG&E, okay, well there's then make sure that you're charging all the Modesto Irrigation District the same thing. If it's 30 cents or 40 cents, then just make sure you sell all the clients in that industry in that market the same price. So again, we want to make sure that we treat all our clients fairly and the same. So just keep that in mind. So that's one of the control measures is we do have a maximum comp of $1.25 that you can charge per kilowatt. Um, the other part is if there's any form of complaint, as a company, we will take it seriously. It's not something that we're going to ignore, but we want to make sure, And I know sometimes it may be not accurate. There might have been a misconception or just lost in translation. But if it's a reoccurring problem with one individual, then that's an indicator. Okay, there's something either it's not being communicated right or it is intentional misleading. So we are going to take it very seriously. Again, our our company culture is to do things right. Again, that's a non-negotiable. So um, the other thing is um, the why is it that we do what we do? Um, the right activity, the right actions is we want to set the right expectation with our clients. Under promise, over deliver. And there's some things um, that some people might do on a regular basis, making false expectations. Okay, our clients should have accurate expectations, what the time frame is going to be, what the cost is going to be. Now, there are some things that might fall out of our control, but that should not happen on every single transaction. So we should be upfront, we should be transparent, we should be honest. Okay, so that is the way that we make our sales. The other thing is you never sign on behalf of a customer. So I know with electronic signatures, you do not put your own email and get documents delivered for yourself. Your client has to be the one that reviews all the documents. If you are creating your own emails and just sending them and your client not seeing, that is fraud. That is just straight out fraud. Now, um, if if I know we have some, for example, if you're a Sonova inside the Home Depots, you're using your own tablet and the client is pressing it themselves, but the client has to be the one that initiates and signs their disclosures. Okay, so if you have any questions on that, please reach out to me. There are a few common complaints that happen in the industry, promising tax credits. Okay, well, you and I, we're not CPAs. Not everybody, you cannot guarantee that a client is going to qualify for a tax credit. So you can inform the client that the feds are giving a tax credit, but recommend and make sure that they speak to a CPA that is going to be able to let them know if they qualify. I'm promising another complaint that happens in the industry is my solar sales rep said that I was going to get an electric bill. Well, you cannot make a guarantee about that. Some of it you might have sized the system correctly, but the client may have changed habits. They might purchase. There could be many reasons as to why they can continue to get an electric bill. Um, so you want to be cognizant of that. Do not promise that they will never get an electric bill because they may. The other thing is, we have great installation partners, but you cannot promise um, quick installations. Our goal is to install our systems, quickly and efficiently. But there are some things that may fall out of our control. So again, making promises, saying we're going to install this in 2 weeks when you know it's going to take 2-3 months, it's just not going to be a good experience for your client. Another common thing that happens in this industry is individuals will make a promise of a referral bonus. It is an option. It is something that you can do, but if you tell them, okay, there's a closing referral bonus or incentive of $500, make sure you pay out. If you choose to do that, that is something that you're doing um, from your commission. That's something that you're doing on your own. But follow through. If you're going to make a promise, then make sure that you keep that promise. The other mistake people do is they get excited about the sale and they will incentivize. So they will say, go through me and I'm going to give you $2,000. Make sure you make realistic referrals if you're going to do that. $500, $250, whatever it might be. But over incentivizing, what happens is um, when it comes time to pay, it's a big portion of your commission. So please make sure that you keep that in mind. Um, the other thing is, if you're going to give an incentive like that, make sure you're not deviating from your pricing. If you're just moving it around and charging in a different way, well, that's a misrepresentation. Okay. The other thing is, and aligned with misrepresentation is, you cannot state that you are part of a government agency or that you work for a utility company. So make sure that you make the correct representation. Even with our different finance partners, we are independent contractors, so you cannot say you're an employee of of Sonova or Home Depot for those who are in the stores, or SunPower or Sunrun. So do not make a wrong misrepresentation. Primarily, when that happens, is people saying, "Well, I work for the utility company or the government agency." No, we are independent sales um, um, agents, each and every one of us. So we want to make that. Also, misrepresentation on what we post online. So make sure that what you post is accurate. So those are things that you're not going to want to do. There are some best practices. Best practice is you speak to everybody that's a decision maker. Okay? Not just the person that is interested in going solar, but everybody that's a decision maker on a home. That includes more than just the people on title. Okay? And what I mean by that is you have certain situations. Let's just say you're dealing with an elderly individual, and y- uh, and they have adult sons and daughters that want to be involved with the decision making. You make sure that you speak with all the decision makers in a that's involved with a transaction. So again, it's not only dealing with the people on title; it's everybody that respect the family, respect um, the person buying the system. The other thing is properly sizing a system. Undersizing a system so that the payment can be more attractive is not what is best for the client. So we always want to operate in the way that is best for a client. So properly sizing a system, making sure that they have the offset that they expect, 100% offset or 107, whatever it is, making sure that it's going to cover their electric needs, and not undersizing simply to make the payment look more attractive. On the other side is oversizing a system in order to get more per kilowatt is also not the right thing to do. Um, so again, undersizing and oversizing is not what you ought to be doing. Uh, the other thing is how you interact with the client. Maintain your composure. I know we're in solar sales because we believe in it. Okay, sometimes some people might have wrong information. They might actually come across as rough and rude and taunting or whatever it might be. Make sure that you maintain the right composure. Um, and part of the reason is you might even be right, but in our day and age where somebody can easily uh, put reviews on you and the company, sometimes the cost is too much to prove a point. So maintain your composure. Um, Another thing is follow local and legal guidelines. So if you're in California and you're a closer, then you need your HIS license. Um, if they're on a do not call. If they have a no solicitation sign on their house and you're just door knocking, do not knock on that door. So make sure you follow the legal guidelines, and also the client's preference. The other thing is do not place flyers or any communication in a public mailbox. You can get fined for that, so make sure you're cognizant about that. We need to be a good role model in the industry. So, having the right ethics, following the right protocols, is what we do as a company, as individual sales reps. And I would encourage you, um, you know, if, if if you're aware of somebody wrong actions, you know, um, make sure you share it. If they're part of our team, it's important that the management is aware of it. We do not want the rest of our team to pay the price because of one rogue agent. So we want to make sure that we have a team of the highest caliber of integrity, of ethics, of business practices, and so I hope everybody is convinced of what I've discussed today. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm very passionate about this, and this again is one of our non-negotiables. We do things right. All right, feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. Thank you.